My name is Michelle Keane, a woman from Knocknagoshel in County Kerry, a mother, a citizen, and to many now across this country, the only hope they feel they have left. Yesterday, we saw what happens when the fake masks of resistance finally slips. Mary Lou MacDonald of Sinn Féin, who called for a so-called protest to save the GPO, got her answer. Despite her slick advertising campaign, despite all the planning, the push, the posters, just 80 showed up. 80 of her own on the Saturday of an All-Ireland semi-final. And I'm flooded with messages from her own former supporters, not with excuses, not with spin, but with disgust and with something else too, hope in me. Because when Sinn Féin couldn't rally a handful to the GPO, I, a so-called nobody from a small village of Knocknagoshel in County Kerry, gathered 1,500 Irish citizens on Tuesday to march from the GPO to the gates of the Dáil and demand the only thing that matters, dissolution of the Dáil now. Let that sink in, folks. Not a political machine, not a brand, just a woman who speaks the truth and a people who are finally ready to hear it. The last week has been an education in Irish politics. We've watched mask after mask fall from the faces of the so-called new nationalists. First it was Anthony Casey running from the Ireland to start up his own little party abroad. Then his sidekick Martin Murphy, the leprechaun, who couldn't keep my name out of his mouth, slating me on the Irish column with Paul Fitzsimons, calling me a plant, saying I had skeletons in my closet. Well, I have one thing to say to Martin Murphy, the leprechaun. Come out now, say it to my face, tell the Irish people what skeletons you're talking about, or else take your cowardice back to the dark corners of Telegram to where it belongs. Then we had the new photo opportunity crew. Malachy Stinson, Derek Bly, Michael Leahy, sitting around a boardroom table with an Englishman by the name of Jim Ferguson. Are we seriously expected to believe that an Englishman is going to lead a national Irish movement? It's laughable. The people aren't stupid, folks. We see right through it. And I must speak clearly now about John Mallaloy. I invited John Mallaloy to speak at my GPO protest. He accepted, he shook my hand in public. And yet, just days later, he turned on me publicly, slandered me. I held my dignity. I kept supporting his Dáil camp out because I believe every pressure point against this corrupt Irish government matters. But what happened last night crossed the line. I received threatening messages from John Mallaloy late into the night and into early morning. A man threatening a single mother of two. Now, let that sink in, folks. From today forward, let it be known, I will not support John Mallaloy or associate myself with him. And I leave it to the Irish people to make up their own minds. But here's what really matters. The 1,500 ordinary Irish citizens who marched with me last Tuesday, you are my focus now. We are building towards something bigger, something unstoppable. A movement of 100,000 people outside the Dáil to demand this government to stand down. We will not be ignored. We will not be divided by ego, gossip or small men playing politics on Telegram. Housing is collapsing. Our people are homeless. Our health system is in ruins. and the cost of living is robbing workers' families of dignity. While they're prancing around Custom House quays like it's a parade, we are fighting for survival. And let me say this, folks, once and for all. All those men who call themselves nationalists, who attack me not for what I say, but because I am a woman. And an intelligent, strong, over 5 foot 10 inches woman who won't bow to any man's ego. To them I say, maybe what threatens you most is a woman who doesn't need your permission to lead. So cop on, grow a pair, and if you're serious about Ireland, stand beside me or get out of the way. Because this is no longer about parties or personalities. This is about Ireland, our children, our land, our future. And I swear to you now, I will not back down. I will not be bought, and I will not be silenced. Gorav Mila Mahagav and Chukig our law inish. Long live the Republic. May we rise together. Gorav Mila Mahagav.